top5rapwebsite.com. You already know what's going on. Today I want to go into why Nicki Minaj, for all purposes, the best female rapper of all time. Now when I say this, I know a lot of people are going to comment, oh, Rhapsody, Shane Noir, this and that. Man, when I mean best, I mean greatest. I mean all things considered. Impact, influence, lyricism, discography, the whole nine. And in my opinion, there are few women in rap who have done it like Nicki Minaj. Now, if you watch my channel, you know that I'm not a barb by any stretch of the imagination. I actually do not really listen to Nicki Minaj's music. It's not for me. And I think there are just better rappers overall whose lyrics that I can relate to and whose flow I like. But that being said, that does not stop me from giving Nicki her props where props are due. So I think one of the main things that makes Nicki one of the greatest female rapper of all time would be her pen. Now, again, I just said that I'm not really impressed by her rhymes. Like, there's really been nothing Nicki Minaj has ever spit where I'm like, wow, that was a great bar or this or that. It's kind of more underwhelming. But when you compare her to her contemporaries, other women in rap, how many women are writing their own verse? How many women are writing their own songs? I'm not talking about just getting a hook or a bar here and there. Female rap is kind of plagued with the ghostwriter accusations because so many women in rap have had men writing their rhymes. Even someone like Trina, who definitely could be on a list of best women in rap of all time. Rick Ross has come out saying that he used to help Trina with her rhymes. Roxanne Shante, Big Daddy Kane was supposedly one of the main pins behind her music. Supposedly. Queen Latifah, apparently Apache from Naughty by Nature, according to Tretch from Naughty by Nature, helped out Queen Latifah on most of her debut album. Obviously, Lil' Kim, Biggie, Lil C's were helping Kim write those verses, and Kim will probably be the other de facto number one or number two woman in rap other than Nicki. But even Lil C famously wrote that Crush on You verse that Lil Kim spat. As a matter of fact, Cameron has come out and said he wrote that entire song. And I could go on and on. Other women in rap, Iggy Azalea, West Coast MC Scheme has come out and said that he's helped out with one of her biggest songs, Fancy. T.I. has been dropped as a name who has written for Iggy Azalea. Foxy Brown, obviously, Jay-Z was writing that Ain't No Jigga verse on his debut album, Reasonable Doubt. Like, you can listen to Foxy spit on that verse, and it's very obviously Jay-Z's flow. Those are Jay-Z bars. Skills made it clear that he's written for her. And Nas has been said to have lent her lines on the firm's La Familia album. I could go on and on, but I think you get the idea here. So many women in rap have ghostwriters, or have had ghostwriters, or not even just ghostwriters, people who are credited on that song or album who have written on it. So for me, if I'm looking at best of all time, if you have ghostwriters, and again, I'm not talking about a hook here and there or, a bar here or there. I'm talking about people have written your biggest songs. People have, are writing most of your verses on any given song. If you have ghostwriters or writers like that, you can't be on my top all-time list. You can be on a different list, but best of all time, greatest of all time, I can't place you there. So just by default, Nicki Minaj is already up there by herself at number one. Kim can't be there. Foxy can't be there. Trina can't be there. I mean, Cardi B is certainly not there. She doesn't even have the longevity that Nicki's had yet. So that's why I say Nicki Minaj is one of the greatest of all time. Now, again, I know people are going to say, oh, well, Shane Noir, Rhapsody, they don't have the influence that Nicki's had. And let me get to that second point, why I think Nicki Minaj is the greatest female rapper of all time. Influence. Nicki, 4 albums: Pink Friday, Roman Reloaded, The Pink Print, Queen. Some mixtapes, 3 mixtapes to be exact. And she appears on 3 Young Money group albums. And when you consider how long Nicki has been in the game, oh, and she also has the Roman Reloaded re-up. When you consider how long she's been in the game, 4 years over a stretch of 10 plus years, 4 albums over a stretch of 10 plus years, it's not really that many albums. It's about an album every 3 or 4 years roughly. But just with that, in that time, she's been able to influence so many women in rap. When you look at the women in rap today, I'm talking about Tokyo Jet, Doja, Meg, Cardi B. These are offspring of Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj, back in the 2010s when she was new, she used to say, you know, she had a lot of sons. These chicks is my sons. And matter of fact, they my stepsons. It wasn't really as true back then because there weren't as many women in rap as there are right now. There are more women rappers dropping albums now than ever in history. I think more women in rap have dropped albums in the past 5 to 7 years than all women rappers combined in the history of rap ever combined. So she would say they're her sons back then, but you know, she was really the only one on the scene. Now you can clearly see these are her sons and stepsons and stepdaughters. And even just from aesthetically, the bodies, the hairs, you know, the colorful wigs, which I think Nicki got from Kim, but Nicki took it and kind of, you know, evolved it. And even tonality, song content. When you listen to Doja Cat's verse on Get Into It, yeah, I think it's the second verse or the last verse, where she kind of does Nicki's Massive Attack flow.
Call your mama and your papa like I'm finna take a dada, turn that bitch into a soccer ball and rocka. Thank you, Nicki. I love you. Got that big rocket launcher.
And I kind of look at it like this, just to go off tangent for a little bit. I look at Nicki as the evolved form, you know, like Pokemon evolve. I look at Nicki as like the evolved form of Lil Kim. And I look at Doja as like the evolved form of Nicki. Nicki took what Kim was doing and like accelerated it and developed it, and now I feel like Doja's taking what Nicki did and she's like accelerating it too, from the look, from the music. Because you know, when you listen to Nicki's album, Nicki has like her pop stuff and she has her rap stuff, especially early on when she was first dropping Starships and all this. Starships very, very pop. The other stuff very rap, and then she would combine the two at times, but you could tell it was kind of rough. She's still drafting, she's still trying to figure it out. I feel like Doja Cat, she does popping well, mixes them so easy, so seamlessly, to the point where you can't even tell what is what. And Remy Ma made a comment on Drink Champs that she doesn't consider Doja Cat a rapper. Like, what? Like, Doja Cat is a rapper. But she just mixes the two so well, and that's something Nicki was doing, you know, in 2010, 2011, Moment for Life, Starship. She would, you know, have her pop and rap elements and try to combine them and cross over. I feel like Doja Cat combines those elements, and then the flow, and then the tonality, she just takes it to a whole nother level. So anyways, impact, influence. So many women in rap are like copy paste, even just aesthetically, of Nicki, lyrically, song wise. The number 3 thing that makes Nicki a legend, the greatest female rapper of all time in my opinion, she was able to completely change her writing prose. And I say prose, Prose, like the way and the direction in which she's speaking, who she's speaking to. If you go and you listen to Nicki Minaj's early projects, and this is back when I was a Nicki fan. I knew of Nicki before I knew of Drake. This is how long I've been listening, or I have known about Nicki. She has a mixtape called Playtime Is Over and Sucker Free. Now, if you listen to those mixtapes, these are like street mixtapes. It's like Nicki is kind of like on in the same realm as like a Fabulous, a Jadakiss, Ransom. Like, she's in that street New York gutter type realm. Songs like Click Clack,
#1 draft, I'm New York's pick, and I don't lose like them dudes on the New York Knicks.
Set It Off, Brat featuring Ransom,
Tell these bitches that I'm not the one. Some of them might get away, but I'm popping one.
Gun Talk, all through that song. These are, in my opinion, rap songs geared towards men. It's a rap song by a woman for a male audience. I'll say that again. It's a rap song by a woman for a male audience. Somewhere around the time of Beam Me Up Scotty, Nicki flipped it, and I think she did what no other woman in rap, female rapper, was able to do before her. Because you think about women in rap, Foxy, Kim, they're kind of also in that same realm. They were female rappers, mass appealing to a male audience. The girls like them because they have representation, but they weren't really, in my opinion, speaking to the girls. Nicki, sometime around the time of Beam Me Up Scotty, switched it completely. What you hear on Sucker Free and Playtime Is Over is not what you hear on Beam Me Up Scotty. The rhymes, the talent is still there, the voice is still there, but she changes it, and now she's talking to the women. And once she did that, that's when she popped. And obviously the most popular song on that Beam Me Up Scotty mixtape is Itty Bitty Piggy, which is over that Soulja Boy Donk beat. And then you have Slumber Party featuring Gucci Mane, which I'm pretty sure that's the song with the Lil Kim feature. Maybe I'm getting them confused. That was maybe the Freaky Girl remix. But now Nicki is talking to girls. She's not like her predecessors, like a Kim, like a Foxy, who have the woman's voice, but are still like trying to be very palatable to the male audience. Probably because they were getting their rhymes written by men. Nicki does that her first 2 mixtapes, but then she switches and she talks to the women, and that's what she blew up. That's when she's able to drop a Pink Friday, Your Love, Right Through Me, Super Bass, Did It On Them. It's songs that now the average girl can relate to her on a grander scale than they could the previous girls. They might have listened to like a Mill or Foxy because they're girls and like they like rap and they like the representation, but are they really speaking for me? And I feel like Nicki changed her prose. Again, she changed her writing prose to where instead of now talking to this audience, she switched and I'm talking to this audience, and it worked. And now with the female rappers that are out now, they are still kind of following that same route. You don't really hear them coming out and making a song like Brat featuring Ransom, where you have Nicki Minaj spitting like this street hood gutter verse, and the Ransom fans are going to like it. It's like geared towards that type of crowd. No, that switch that Nicki made around the Beam Me Up Scotty, 09, 010, that's where she separated herself from all the women in rap who came before her. And shout out to all of them, man. The MC Lytes, the Eves, all of them, man. But in my opinion, Nicki Minaj is to this point at least, the greatest female rapper of all time for those reasons. Number one, the pen. Even though I don't think it's that impressive or anything, like she's writing her own rhymes, or at least the majority of them, on a consistent basis, and that like crosses out so many other women you would mention, like a Kim, like a Foxy, like a Cardi B. Like if you just put that one rule, you have to write your own rhymes to be on this list, those people are out of here. The impact and influence, the only other women in rap who had that type of impact, influence, Lil Kim, and Nicki is a offspring of Kim. But to be an offspring, it's hard to be like the child of an all-time great. It's hard to be Jordan's or LeBron or Kobe's son and go into basketball because you have a lot of expectations to live up to. But she lived up to them, and then Kim birthed her and a whole movement of women, and now Nicki birthed multiples more of what Kim birthed. So she's like carrying on that legacy and starting her own. And like I said, I think Doja Cat is picking up that legacy, will pick up that legacy and create more of her type. Which goes back to the Lil Kim archetype. But yeah, for those reasons, and just a change in writing prose, I think that's just a very key part of Nicki's career that doesn't really get talked about. And I wonder how she feels about it if someone were to ask her. 07, 08, that Playtime Is Over mixtape, you know, that Sucker Free mixtape. She's kind of rapping for the street, for the men. It's like a woman rapping, but palatable for men. And then sometime around 09, Beat Me Up Scotty, Pink Friday, she said, you know what? I'm talking to the girls now. Talking to the girls. And when she did that, that's when it all took off for her. And it seems like no other woman in rap before her, at least that had her type of hype, had done that. They were trying to appeal to Jay-Z's audience, or the Nas's audience, or the Biggie's audience. Nicki created her own audience, while also piggybacking off of all the women who love Wayne and Drake. Now, boom, there's a sect of them who just love Nicki. So yeah, anyways, man, that is why Nicki Minaj is an all-time great, whether you like her lyrics or her songs or not. Again, I kind of stopped being a huge fan around 07, 08, that Sucker Free mixtape, because again, she stopped talking to me. She started talking to her audience, and I think that's was a great career move for her, despite how I feel about the dip in lyricism. But yeah, anyways, be sure to subscribe if you have not already, and this is top5rapwebsite.com. Peace.